here to the Kappas. Kappa One.
Hi, I'm not Kappa One. My name is Amanda Kottman. I'm from Thank you guys for being here. I think we're all here because we really want to improve the social climate at Trinity, or we wouldn't have taken the time to be here in the middle of a natural disaster. Thank you for the time and dedication you guys have put into it. I know Jane Swift spoke to some of you guys yesterday and spoke to the importance of having an outlet for an all-women's group on campus. And I think you have received several letters from our national headquarters, from our current chapter president, from a lot of our alumni expressing that if this coeducation mandate is filed through in the way that you guys have lined out, we will lose our national charter. I know you guys have said you're willing to work with organizations on an individual basis, but I just want to express that Kappa Kappa Gamma is not a social club. It's a national organization that has benefited me in my postgraduate life, much more than it even benefited me in my graduate life on campus. So I want to understand how you are going to deal with that for Kappa Kappa Gamma as a sorority who must be an all-women's organization to be recognized by our national organization.
Thank you. Clearly, we have an imbalance, right? We do want to promote women's organizations at Trinity, and I certainly, more than anybody, want to see women come to the fore. What we're talking about are selective groups. Certainly, there are opportunities for women to join organizations here at Trinity to be all women, as long as they're open and they do not are not prejudicial in terms of who they bring in. So that's one point. We're not trying to close off all male or all female, as long as they're open to all people to join. Now, getting back to your issue is,
I just want to,
sorry, I can't. Kappa Gamma, Kappa Gamma, and sororities in general. We do want to work with you, and unfortunately, because of the disaster that happened this this week, I was going to meet with Amelia, but Amelia.
yes,
Thank you. Who's your president?
Yes.
So there is a desire to reach out to the Nationals to work specifically. I hear you're saying the Nationals will not allow you to exist in your current format. So is there a possibility we can work to create another structure that will still achieve the ideals of Kappa Kappa going forward? Now, we do know, looking at the overall fraternity and sorority structure, that we do have coeducational fraternities already in existence at Trinity College. There are opportunities to move to a society structure that will allow, I know you're shaking your head, but I do want to say, let's have the conversation, and before we totally put it in, it says it's got to be this way or that way, let's have an ongoing conversation. We're willing to work with you. I have a lot of trustees here who have Greek experience, who want to try and get involved. I know Mike Loberg has been working with his fraternity and talking with, I believe, National. We have 65% of the composition of the board has a GLO affiliation. So there are certainly people who are very well aware of the traditions and the importance of fraternities and sororities. So I'd like to say that we do want to work with you. We don't want to eliminate you. We think you are a valuable part of the fabric of Trinity.
So just to be clear, because in what we've read outlined and kind of what we saw today, it did say that in the fall of 2014 we will be required to have 15% of the opposite sex in our organization. I just want to understand, because I feel like all the answers we've gotten, that our president has gotten, and that our national fraternity has gotten, is that that will be enforced. So will you or will you not require us to accept males into our organization that is all female?
These are the guidelines that we've set up at this point. Now, how we can work to create a structure that still is, loyal to the particular tenets of your society.
It's not a society, it's a national organization.
National organization. It may have to change, quite frankly. And we're going to have to work through it. It's going to be on a case-by-case basis. I can't say with what Kappa Kappa turns into will be the same thing that SIU will turn into. Each organization is different. So I think this is a pretty large gathering and trying to work this out right now. But I think you can see from the people who have made it here today that there is a commitment to preserving a Greek system at Trinity. It may not be the Greek system that currently exists, but we are committed to the best of the Greek system going forward.
For the meeting, my name is Lisa Hughes. I'm class of '87 and live in the area. Two things, I guess, a comment and then a question. First comment is I have a junior daughter, and boy, would I love for her to go to the Trinity that I went to. At this point, I'm not afraid of sending her here because of the neighborhood, and I'm not afraid of sending her here because of fraternities, but I am afraid of sending her here because of the sliding rankings. Now, that's my comment. Obviously, I'm a little upset about it. The question I have is some of the ideas here I think are terrific. I love the idea of the house system. I love the idea of the freshman initiation or introduction on a separate scale. There's some great ideas here. I don't think it's, I mean, I can tell a lot of work's gone into it, a lot of people care, etc. However, considering this room and the level of anger I know is out there amongst the alumni, here's my question. How carefully did somebody crunch the numbers on what this plan's going to cost versus how much donations are going to be lost from upset alumni?
Well, we know, we have an estimate of what it's going to cost.
You do?
We do.
Okay, is somebody going to backstop that to make the college stay as strong as it should be, or are we just going to go into a financial backwards situation?
First of all, I don't think we are always, and always have been for a long time, in a challenging financial situation. If we don't do something about the social scene at Trinity College, it's our opinion as a board of trustees that the progress that we're trying to make will not happen, and we will continue.
Understood.
Okay. So, we're going to make some investments in order to change the landscape of the social scene at Trinity College. Now, those decisions will be challenging and they will be difficult, but yes, we have an estimate of what we think this is going to cost in terms of the first amount of capital to do something for the Vernon Social Center, and then in terms of the operating budget for the college. We haven't made all of our decisions yet. We're in the process of working through the budget for the year that starts July 1 of 2013. So I can't answer your question specifically, but we didn't approach this willy-nilly and just say, okay, we're going to go do all these things and not have a way to pay for them. So we think we have a strategy to do that, and yes, we will be sharing that strategy with people, with our alumni as we move forward. It's our job as trustees. We have the fiduciary responsibility of making sure that Trinity College is well-funded for the future, and we take that very seriously.
Thank you.
So we'll go to this microphone and Kappa number 2.
My name isn't Kappa number 2, it's Nikki Lustig. I was in the class of 2012. I was class president for 4 years. We met several times. I thought you would know my name, but that's okay. I was also president of Hillel, and I just want to re-emphasize that we love our women's group, but it's more than just a women's group to us. It's the national affiliation that really matters. And if we can't keep our national charter and still accept men. So you're saying we could have eliminated Greek life and we chose not to, but you are actively choosing to because we cannot exist in our form that we want to exist. And we are totally supportive of increasing social opportunities on campus. We are supportive of every other aspect of the plan, and Kappa wants to do whatever we can to work with you and support, this new Trinity and make it a better place, but not at the expense of our national affiliation at all whatsoever. And the sororities, first of all, don't house parties, and we're not in the same category as everybody else, and I feel like everybody up here is forgetting that a little bit. I also wanted to ask, this dapper gentleman from London brought up the point that 4,000 people signed the petition online. Where is the reaction about that? Does that not matter to you? I don't understand.
You bring up some great points.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to put aside the first part of your question and talk to the petition. Yeah, we're very well aware that there's a petition out there. And I think that what that demonstrates to us is that we need to have a dialogue going forward. I think I've already mentioned that the communications of this have not been good. Well, you know, we haven't done a very good job on communications. So I think what we've got to do going forward is provide more outlets for a back and forth to make this process work. Now, getting back to your first part of your question, I understand that Kappa is in a really unique situation given what's going on. And I do think we do have time constraints here because there are a lot of activities for this weekend. But I do pledge to you that we've got a lot of resources here. We want to sit down with you and we want to talk through these specific issues and not try and hammer out a solution right now. There are clearly lots of complexity to this problem, and let's work through it together and let's have the dialogue.
Okay, I just want to be clear that we cannot exist as Kappa Kappa society at all, so it's not the same. Being a society isn't the same. I know you might not understand how important it is to us, but so many Kappa alums came back to support our current sisters, and we want to help you achieve the same goal, but not at the expense of something that meant so much to us while we were at college here.
And
We do appreciate it. And I just hesitate, but I'm going to point this out anyway, that in 1992, when the co-ed mandate was first established, Tri-Delts were in exactly the same position that you were, and they lost their national charter. So we have been through this before, and they became the Ivy Society, and they still exist today.
That's nice for them, but that's not going to work for Kappa.
I understand it doesn't work.